Stop playing with the man. Stop playing with the man. Greatest point guard of all time. Top 5 all time. 50 points in a Game 7 elimination game. Hostile environment. Team has been one of the worst teams on the road. Let's give a hand to Mr. Wardell Curry. My goodness. A masterpiece. 50 points in a Game 7. As a Warrior fan, I was stressed. When I was watching it, I lowered the volume. I didn't go full mute on the game, but I lowered the volume because, I was stressed, and I didn't want to hear the Sacramento Kings fans. Even the commentary was kind of getting me on edge. So I just wanted to watch the game. I didn't want to listen to anything. The last time I did something like that was Game 4. Boston Celtics and the Warriors. I actually muted the game because I didn't want to hear the Boston fans. Didn't want to hear the commentary. Just wanted to watch the game and kind of get it over with, because I was stressed. And in both of those games, Steph did his thing. He did what great players do. This is what great players do. I mean, not only did he show up and do what great players do, but he went above and beyond, had 50 points, the most ever in a Game 7. How many times am I going to reiterate that on this channel? Because he put up a masterpiece, man. He put up a masterpiece. And if you don't appreciate it, if you don't love that, you don't love basketball. Probably the greatest Game 7 performance by an individual of all time. I mean, scoring-wise, that's the most that's ever happened. 50 is the most ever in a Game 7, breaking Kevin Durant. But just in general, that probably is the greatest when you look at the circumstances. Sacramento Kings, greatest offense of all time in terms of offensive rating. Hostile environment. These Sacramento fans have been waiting for this team to go to the playoffs. They're loud. They're crazy. Backs against the wall. If you look at the game, he had to put the team on his back. He put 38 shots. 38 out of their 100 shots were from Steph Curry. And when you look at the other offensive pieces on this team, Andrew Wiggins had 17 points, but he was struggling. 5 for 16. I expected a Klay Thompson Game 6 type of game in this Game 7. 4 for 19. And when I was watching that, Klay Thompson struggling, I was like, oh my gosh. Do we have a chance? Do we have a chance today? Kevon Looney. I mean, we can't talk. We just can't give this man enough credit for what he does. I mean, with how he rebounds, arguably was the best center in this series. And that's with Domantas Sabonis, who is arguably, he's the third best center in the league, throughout the regular season. Was an all-star, will make all-NBA. But this series, Kevon Looney was probably the best big in the series. Had 3 20-rebound games. That has not happened since Dwight Howard in 2008. Kevon Looney, just what he did, 21 rebounds. And you got to double Kevon Looney once the ball comes off the rim. That's how crazy he's been rebounding this series. I mean, giving this team extra chance opportunities, and especially with their shot selection, there's a lot of long rebounds, and he just puts himself in the right position to get those. And then defensively, he's been great. You would think Kevon Looney is like 7 foot, the way he's been playing, and the way he actually looks big out there, but he's actually only 6'9". That is it surprises me. He plays much bigger than his height. And then Draymond Green, he had a good game as well today. 8, and 6. Honestly, bro, Moses Moody, I've been saying this. He played 15 minutes today. Has not got much opportunity throughout his first 2 years of his career. But, dude, he gives you valuable minutes when he does play. He doesn't do anything wrong. He does what he's supposed to do. Hit shots, plays defense, rebounds. Today he had 0 rebounds. But still, Moses Moody has been good. And I was a believer, or I was just on the side where Moses Moody should get those Jordan Poole minutes. I mean, Jordan Poole still had a tough game. He had a rough series, 3 for 9. He plays better when he's relaxed. I've been saying this all year. He plays better when he's relaxed. Just plays within the flow of the offense. He tries to do too much. He tries to get into his ISO bag. No, just Play the Warriors offense, move around, pass and move. The ball will find you. And there was opportunities where he passed and he relocated and he got a good look. Jordan Poole has to be better. He has to be better next series, especially if the Warriors want to come out on top against the Lakers. But Moses Moody, I think he deserves more minutes. He's a young player. He might make mistakes, but with the minutes he does play, he doesn't really make that many mistakes. He just stays within his role. I love what Moses Moody does for this team. It was a close game. The Warriors were down by 2 going into half. And in that third quarter, they had a great third quarter. In that third quarter, they were able to score 35 points and only kept the Sacramento Kings to 23 points. They were able to out-rebound them too as well. The Warriors had 13 offensive rebounds in that third quarter. That was more rebounds than the whole Kings had in that third quarter. 13 offensive rebounds. The Kings had a total of 9 rebounds in general. And the Warriors had 22 rebounds in that third quarter. But yeah, in that third quarter, Kevon Looney had 7 offensive rebounds and 3 defensive rebounds. He had 10 rebounds in that third quarter. This was a Kevon Looney legacy game. Put his jersey in the rafters. At one point, I'm not even trying to be over dramatic. I think I teared up a little bit of just how great he does, man. He's been underrated throughout his career. Dealt with injuries. And he's been an Iron Man for this team the last 2 years. Has not missed a game. He just goes in there, does his job, plays defense. Plays smart. He's an underrated playmaker. High IQ. And then, like I said, gets those boards for this team. Sacramento had a great season. They played a great series. De'Aaron Fox had a great series, solidified himself amongst the top point guards, amongst the top players in the league. He was slowed down today. Probably was his worst game of the series. De'Aaron Fox was 5 for 19 only. He was, every time he drove, the Warriors played good defense on him. He was seeing multiple bodies every time he drove. He wasn't hitting 3-ball like he was previous games. So the Warriors did a good job on De'Aaron Fox, and even Malik Monk too, who's been hot this series, only 4 for 14. So it was a good collective defensive effort, because when we talk about Warriors on the defensive end, especially on the road, they are horrible, and they locked in today. They were able to get stops. Domantas Sabonis, although he did have a better game, 22 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds, but still, the Warriors were able to come up top. Looking forward into this Lakers and Warriors series, it's gonna be toxic. If it's one thing, it's gonna be toxic, because when you talk about the most toxic fans in the NBA on NBA Twitter, it's LeBron fans and Steph fans. I wouldn't say I'm a toxic fan. Obviously, I'm passionate about the Warriors, passionate of how Steph plays. But beware when you go on Twitter during this series starting on Tuesday. It's going to be a bloodbath there. It's going to be exciting because, this might be the last 7-game series we see between LeBron and Steph. It might not be. Maybe next year they go back at it again. But it's going to be Steph and LeBron again. Since that last finals, Cavs and Warriors. AD, LeBron James, Jared Vanderbilt's probably going to be in Steph. Draymond Green against LeBron, who he loves always tweeting about. How will the AD, Kevon Looney, is that going to be the matchup? How will that look? Andrew Wiggins will probably be guarding LeBron. But it's going to be exciting, It's going to go down to the wire. It's just what everybody wanted to see. But yeah, that's all for you guys for in this video. If you guys enjoy, hit that like, subscribe, comment what you guys think about this performance of this series, of the next series coming between the Lakers and the Warriors. Let me know down below. But like I always say in my videos, my first name's Emilio, but my middle name is Lawrence. And I like hoops. If you like hoops too, subscribe to it too. Until next time. Peace.